I am really excited to show you the watercolor technique I used that went kind of viral on social media. It's actually really easy, and I wanted to make a more in-depth video on here to show you exactly how to do it. I am going to be using Strathmore watercolor paper. It's not too thick or too textured. I'm also using a Princeton Aqua Elite round brush size 4 and Grumbacher Academy and Winsor & Newton brand watercolors, and specifically I'm going to be using a yellow, orange, and a red today. I have a hibiscus flower sketched out with pencil, and I'm going to first do a wet on wet technique where water is applied to the paper first, and you don't really want any pooling and too much water. It's easier to add water than remove it, so be conservative with the amount that you use. I am going to dip my brush into the water and then massage it into the color before bringing it onto the paper. I'm going to start out with the orange and then bring in some of the yellow, and then towards the center of the flowers where I'm going to put kind of that orange reddish color. The brush should glide on pretty smoothly and the colors should mix pretty easily. If not, go ahead and add a little bit more water. Alright, here comes the magic. So I'm going to clean my brush by dipping it in the water and making sure I don't have any paint on it. And I'm going to do this process fairly quickly because this technique only works if the petal is still wet. We are going to use our paintbrush to remove some of the paint from the petal. So most hibiscus have these grooves or wrinkles in their petals, so we're actually using our brush to create these. I am going to start at the outer edge of the petal and apply some light pressure and brush inwards towards the center. The key to this technique is the petal still needs to be wet and the brush is clean yet damp, and after a stroke you'll sometimes see that I wipe it on the paper towel to remove some of the paint that is then transferred onto the brush. I try to keep the strokes the same direction and kind of the same curvature as the petal. Finally, I will use some orange to outline the outer edges of the petals. I am going to continue painting the rest of the petals using this technique. I hope this has been helpful to you. I have been painting since I was a little girl, and I still feel like I have so much more to learn, and I am continuing to perfect my technique and practice. So it takes time and it takes a lot of practice. Give yourself grace, and most importantly, I hope you have a lot of fun. Let me know if you have any questions, drop them below.